Welcome back to Content is King Part 2. Without content, your imagination is akin to daydreaming. It is undefined and unreal. At the end of the last show, I explained that totus unus is Latin for all one. It is this all oneness, you might say, that you need to grasp so that you can then move on to obtaining your every desire. Let's now make a start by bringing together imagination and solidity to form the totus unus principle of all one. You can start this off by thinking of the words you use to represent things. Let's take a simple sentence: when the sun is shining, I feel warm. Now take that sentence and get a physical sensation from it. In short, imagine what it would be like to feel, to be bathed in warm sunshine. Call this a warm state. When you've done this for a few moments, come back to the same sentence, but now change the word warm for lively, and then again imagine the sensation. Call this lively state. Change the word again to compassionate, and once again take yourself into that state. Now we have of course just quickly covered this, but you must take time to practice this. You can even swap the word with one of your own if you like. The point is that you need to become aware of different states by simply using different words. It's as simple as that. That's the basic process we start off with. Later on, this state concept will be defined to a much higher level, which will then define your level of success. Okay, so far then, this is the start of bringing imagination and solidity into one. We're going to leave this topic for now, but please do take notes from what I've explained earlier and do carry out the exercise. We'll be using this later on to get you on the fast track to everything you desire. Now you'll now recall from earlier show that I said I would touch on trading and financial markets. I've been a trader for the best part of 20 years. I have communicated with hundreds of traders in that time and have built up a considerable knowledge base of why some are highly successful and others for years just tread water. These traders can be split into two distinct groups and can be identified in minutes of meeting them. The problem is how to label the successful traders. You see, they don't all do the same things when trading, and they all have different views on trading. One in particular I met used sunspots to define market turns. Another one, ocean tide patterns. Now regardless of what you and I think of this, the fact remains they are hugely successful traders. They do, however, have a common thread when you ask them exactly what they do when trading. So maybe we could label them with this. Let's try. The common thread is that they can't really explain what they do. If you put an unsuccessful trader in a room with a successful trader, the first thing that happens is that the unsuccessful trader will ask all of the successful trader's strategy, understandably. They then want to break down exactly what the successful trader is doing and then try to replicate this. If you are ever lucky enough to witness a conversation like this, you will notice that the successful trader grows unknowingly ever more vague, and the successful trader grows the unsuccessful trader grows ever more frustrated as he sees his golden key drifting away. So what is the problem? It's one of communication that is directly opposed in outcome. The unsuccessful trader wants to know of technical details, entry points, exits, stop loss, risk, and so the list goes on. The successful trader becomes lost in a sea of questions that he does not have direct answers to. He can't say what stop loss to use because he decides at the moment. He can't say when to exit as he decides at the moment. This seeming ambiguity drives the unsuccessful trader insane. They want the strategy and they want it now. They want to automate it, program it, backtest it, and then guard it with their life as the golden key. What happens in reality is the unsuccessful trader leaves with nothing, and the successful trader starts to mentally break down what he does. This is of course a very negative experience for both parties, and this could all be avoided, and the unsuccessful trader could learn a great deal. I think at this stage we need to label this successful trader group. Let's call them inspired traders. So our inspired trader is a highly successful trader. He seemingly does not have a strategy and talks a completely different trading language to that of the unsuccessful trader. How on earth is the unsuccessful trader going to learn a strategy from this trader? The first thing the unsuccessful trader would have to do is to forget technical details. If he manages to do this while questioning the inspired trader, he will actually discover something he wants to know. Instead of asking, when would you buy this market, for example, he should ask, why do you trade? When the inspired answers this with whatever response, the unsuccessful should respond with, that's really interesting, but what do you think is actually behind that? he should continue with this line of questioning until he has the base reason for trading. At this stage, by the way, please do not make a huge mistake of believing that Inspired is driven by money. They may say they are, but this is only the top level, you might say. You need to get under this level with the questioning, as I just explained. We've once again run out of time for this show, but two important things. One, if you are not a trader and not interested in trading, do not fear. I will demonstrate the totus unus principle away from trading in the next show. Two, if you are a trader, you do not have to go off and interview any traders, because I will be explaining everything you have to do in the next video titled Inspired Logic. I think you'll really enjoy it.